Yo, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, collectivekicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a detailed look and review of this pair of sneakers right here. And these are the Harden 1, or the Harden Volume 1s, if you will. And this is the Imma Be a Star colorway. And this was the very first colorway of the Harden 1s. If you guys are interested in buying the second colorway, they drop tomorrow at 7 a.m. And I have some early links in the description of this video for those that are wanting to cop the next colorway, which is white, red, and black. Definitely a dope shoe though, so hopefully you guys like this video. And if you guys do, hit the thumbs up button, show your support, and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, as I post videos every single day. But let's get into the review. This is a really detailed shoe. It looks very similar to other models, so I thought at first, but as you look at this more, you realize it's definitely unique, and they did a great job constructing this pair of sneakers. A couple complaints, but for the most part, overall, this is a great shoe. First of all, let's look at the traction. It's really an interesting looking traction pattern. One thing I do want to note is that this is not a performance review. If you guys are looking for that, check out Nightwing's channel. He's my go-to guy for that type of stuff, or Kick Genius or Former Simpson. They have like really good reviews and stuff, but for like performance. So I'm not going to cover the performance aspect. It's just me for the pure aesthetics of the shoe, as well as the casual side of wearing these shoes. So you can see that I wore these already and they're a little dirty, but the overall look of the traction looks amazing. I'm sure it performs well on court, but it looks really dope. And then it has the gold shank kind of plate underneath here. You can see that the midsole is completely like cased in this boost material, and it's covered in this like plasticky rubberized material, and you can see it's very, very soft still. And then on the inside, you could see that the boost is exposed down here. But I do like that it's kind of smoky, so you can see the boost. Some people didn't like that. They liked that it was all black, but I actually like the visible part, so you could see that boost. It does remind me of these right here with the way that the casing is on these Yeezys. It's really soft and the same sort of kind of plastic type materials, but the overall rubber on this feels a little bit stickier, I think, than, yeah, I guess it feels a little bit stickier, maybe not, but maybe it's just because of the ridges on the Yeezys. But regardless of that, you move your way up to the upper, and on the toe box area, you can see they went with an interesting design. They chose suede, and I don't understand that. That's probably my only complaint about the shoe, and it's not even a complaint. It's just interesting choice. It makes the crossover to lifestyle a lot easier because they use suede, and suede's not really a product that is used in modern day performance sneakers. But I do like the fact that they had this little suede toe cap area. And look at this. Looks like you can actually remove the suede. I'm not going to do it. You guys want me to do it, don't you? I'm not going to do it. Do the suede removal tutorial video. But you could see how it's interesting how this does this. Look at this. It locks it down. And actually I never noticed that until right now as I'm showing you guys this. But it's an interesting look, but it looks like it's just not super breathable in that area, which I don't know how breathable you need your toes. But interesting design choice. I'm not sure how I feel about that part of it, but regardless of that, I do like that. It adds a little bit of casual flair to the sneaker. And then you move your way up the laces, and you can see it has this interesting lacing system similar to the Yeezys, as you can see right here on the sides. And then you notice it's a side lace, and that was something that I couldn't really tell from the images too well. The overall like shape of the shoe is a little bit odd, but it fits really, really nice. And you could see the side of the shoe there. The laces come up over a little bit more. A lot of people said KD6s, so I brought out a KD6 for comparative purposes. Hopefully that scores thumbs up points for you guys, because I had to fish these guys out of my sneaker room. But you could see that it is really similar. The only difference is that the tongue goes underneath this, and then on the KD6, the tongue actually goes over top of the bottom. So it's flip-flopped, but still very, very similar style design with a side lacing system. And this is a little bit meatier than these. The KDs are definitely lighter and made with cheaper kind of materials, but I like the overall look of this. And then they have the really nice looking logo on the tongue, and it's metal, and then it has the metal lace tips, as you could see there. This material on the upper is interesting, and that's the part of it that I'm not really 100% sold on either, because the box says Prime Knit, and I'll break out the box real quick to show you. And it says Harden Volume 1 PK, right? But when you think of PK, like at least for myself, I think of this. And this is a beautiful Prime Knit, right? Like this is an amazing Prime Knit. It's really, really breathable. It's really soft. I really dig the Prime Knit on this. I also think of this, which is another great, like well done pair of sneakers, the Prime Knit on this pair here. So when they said that this was Prime Knit, I'm like, where? I don't see it. It's like triple ply prime knit that's so, it's really, really stiff. And it's not as nice, in my opinion, as the other two models. Maybe it's more expensive, maybe it's fancier, and maybe I'm not smart, but it doesn't feel as nice to me personally. That being said, it's not a bad thing, but when you put prime knit on the shoe, like I think prime knit, this kind of reminds me more of this, even though it's not even close to the same thing, obviously. But it's not, like this has a little bit more of a design on it. That is the way it looks. It looks closer to that. If I'm crazy, leave a comment and let me know, but that's just my personal thoughts on that. I do think that overall, the shoe was going to be a tricky one. The price point was going to be tricky, and how much they were going to run. And like, it's the flagship model, or it's supposed to be, but is the Rose the flagship model? I'm not really sure. I think the Rose is the more expensive model out of all of the Adidas Boost out here. The cheapest one is, actually, I think it's this one, the Lillard 2s, and this is the one with the Boost, so it's a little bit more expensive than the one with Bounce. You have the Crazy Lights as well, and I really like this. And I really thought that this shape was very, very similar to the Crazy Lights, but you could see it's actually, it's not that similar in shape. And I think that that is why I like these more in hand than from the pictures. And then you have the Crazy Explosives and then the Roses. So all of them are under 170 bucks or something like that. So like, they did a really good job of bringing a really solid crew of basketball sneakers in 2016. Ending the year with this is just an amazing move by Adidas. It just shows that they've been forward thinking and then been waiting for their moments to shine. And I mean, I've been saying like all year, but 2017 is really going to be the year for Adidas, I think. Not just for Adidas Boost in running, but or the originals in running, but for basketball as well, because they just have such a solid lineup, an amazing product, and executed really well. But that's my thoughts. I know this is kind of a longer video. What do you guys think about the Harden ones? I think that they look really, really nice. The aesthetics of the shoe look really nice. I didn't cover the rest. The collar is really beautiful. You have subtle branding on the back, the 3 stripes right there. So for the sizing, I went with a 9.5. I know I've heard that Nightwing said that his fit a little bit big, so he went down half a size, I believe. You guys need to watch this video to really find out. But 9.5 fits me perfectly for a casual lifestyle. I wore these to work, and like, they were really, really solid, like to wear casually. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I'll show you what they look like on feet right here. But I really liked the way that they fit, the way that they looked. I felt like they were a great addition to the sneaker collection, and definitely has my attention for the next colorways that they have releasing for the Hardens. And I mean, they're giving the Kobe ADs a run for their money. I did a tweet about this actually and asked, what would you rather buy, these or the Kobe ADs? And it was like almost a 50-50 split. A lot of people really like the Harden. But for the price point, I think they're $140 for the Hardens, and the materials and probably the performance aspect, I'm assuming, as well as the straight up comfort of the shoe. It's just a great addition to Adidas Boost and the Adidas basketball lineup. That's all we have, though. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And again, if you guys did, hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to go try to find where all these sneakers go that I pulled out for this video. Appreciate all of the love, though, for you guys watching the video. And also, if you're interested in buying these for tomorrow's release, check the link in the description and it'll take you there. And yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.